Also in Hamilton, climate and housing advocates say a proposed extreme heat strategy approved by the city's Public Health Committee and set to go before council is a good start. But advocates are concerned about the lack of timelines and funding committed to the project. Louis Bucco has more.
While the dog days of summer may be a few months away, the issue of extreme heat was front and center at the Public Health Committee meeting this week. Board members passed a heat response strategy that, among other measures, included developing an adequate temperature bylaw that would set a maximum temperature in apartments, similar to one in place that ensures temperatures must be at least 20 degrees in winter. However, the report doesn't make mention of specific timelines or funding for specific projects. Jacqueline Wilson is a lawyer with the Canadian Environmental Law Association and said multiple studies, including in British Columbia and New York, found that people were most at danger when temperatures remained above 26 degrees during an extreme weather event.
The consensus is basically 26 degrees, which I should mention, I think is a good thing because I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel. Like, a lot of work has already been done to identify that temperature. So that's a piece that I think they could just adopt, right? Like, they don't need to study it themselves.
Also in the report, Public Health Services staff highlighted 5 actions that are currently in practice in the city, including distribution of cooling kits and the opening of air-conditioned public spaces and public pools during extreme heat events. In addition, staff lists 5 proposed new actions that would include wellness checks by Hamilton paramedics, installation of shade structures, real-time surveillance of health data, and free or discounted transportation during heat warnings. Ward 2 Councillor Cameron Kretsch, who chaired the meeting, says he plans on bringing forward amendments to strengthen the report and recommendations ahead of next week's council meeting.
There has not been time to meet with staff about this at all since the report was released. And so would like to make that opportunity possible so we can actually have a discussion about what things can be integrated here and what things can't be and how we can phase them in.
Wilson says this problem requires urgent attention, especially for the most vulnerable.
What I do think is lacking in this year's plan is something to deal with the fact that the real crisis, and most people that are most affected, it's indoors in their homes. So that's where we need to beef up measures this year and make sure that the maximum temperature bylaw is implemented.
According to data released this month by the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service, last month was the hottest March on record, the 10th month in a row to reach that feat. In Hamilton, Louis Bucco, CHCH News.